You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
All right, welcome back to the Hello Sport Podcast, home of unqualified opinion and unwavering bias. 2021, ready to rip. Here we are. No days off, really. We don't stop. That's right, we don't stop. And we're back. Edward, you're here with me. Dior's in the studio.
He's here.
How are you, bro?
I'm good. Bit of a change of scenery. Well, not scenery, time.
Time.
We're in early.
Yep.
We're doing it Monday mornings now. Why? Well, so you can get it Monday afternoon.
Yep.
Do we do more and more for you every year? Yeah,
do
we
we
do.
just lift bigger and heavier and
Did
bigger?
we tell you 2021 was going to be the year of the punt of the dribbler? Mm-hmm. Well, if me getting here at 7:30 in the morning, Monday morning, isn't evidence of that, I don't know what the fuck is.
Yeah. We're in early. The sun's not even up.
It's not up. It's not up. The sun is not up in some parts of the world.
In some parts of the world. The sun's always rising somewhere. I think. Technically, it has to be, right?
It is, technically. No.
No, not even
No,
technically.
sometimes it stops spinning at it. You know.
That's true. It does stop sometimes, doesn't it? On Sundays. Lord's Day. Shout out Hapawadi.
And the Lord.
And the Lord. Shout out to the Lord. Great start, as always. 2021 off to a flyer. Eddie, firstly, Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to all the P's and D's out there. Mm-hmm. How are you? You're a little dusty today. You went large.
Yeah, we went pretty large.
You went large.
Yep, did.
Yeah.
Had a great time.
And like yesterday should have technically been your bounce out day, right?
Uh,
Because it's usually one day removed is the worst day, in my opinion,
Yeah.
from a big lift.
yeah. Just a bit tired, Tom.
Yeah, no, I can see
I think
that.
it's the 7:30. I don't know, but I'm all right. I'm here to party.
You are here to
We
party.
had a good time. Went to Pearl Beach. Some dear friends of yours. And went the big lift.
Yeah.
You know?
Looked like fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. Had a great time.
Mate, fantastic. Well, I did. I stayed home. It was my New Year's was looking very much potentially like, oh, I'm just a dad with kids now and I don't do anything fun.
Which is what you do.
Which is what I do. With the greatest respect to Evie Rose, who took her first steps on Christmas Eve. Shout out to Evie. But me and Steffi stayed home. We decided to cook a dinner. Then
What'd you cook?
she cooked steak. Just a nice steak. Some
Steak and 3 veg?
a nice salad and some potatoes. Got on the champers. And then one of our friends came around as well, and we actually just got lit up at home. It was very nice, but it was a mature day, and I'm seeing videos of you guys ripping and tearing.
I think Jarchin Street kept sending you videos, didn't
Yeah, they did. They did keep sending me videos. And in one of them, you and maybe Ella in the background going, "Stop sending him shit. He's going to be..."
I'm like, he'll be in hell.
You're like, mate, if I was at home, I'd be fucking hating this. And then Jarch is filming the whole thing.
Okay, I wouldn't open them.
No.
Which I wouldn't.
To be honest, I didn't mind because it was more like...
But I
just
didn't know
wanted-
you were lit up. I pictured in my head you at home in
Bro,
bed.
initially
like
it was...
asleep.
Well, it was looking like...
Like reading these videos crying
Yeah.
in his doona.
It was looking like Steph and I were just going to be spending the night on the couch watching The Queen's Gambit, which is a chess show on Netflix.
It's good. I've seen it.
It's a good show. Shout out to chess, shout out to The Queen's Gambit. But I was like, wow, this is a New Year's for the ages in the sense of like... I'm going to be watching The Queen's Gambit and I'll be asleep by 10. But then Steph's friend, who was at a loose end as well, shout out to Lucy, came around and then we all got,
Did you see it out till 12?
Yeah. And then like Steph and Lucy dancing in the living room to just the sound of the music from the TV was one of the sadder things I've ever seen in my life. They were loving it. And it was good fun. But, I'm sitting there going, Street and Hamish and Eddie, Josh sent me a video of them and they're doing catwalk shows in the living room of some place in Pearl Beach. But no, it was good fun. Anyway, a couple of things before we probably rip into the sport, Eddie. Obviously, I don't know if we last time we did the podcast, all hats sold out, all hats gone. Thanks to the P's and D's.
I don't recall. I think this is the first. No, because we did the best of, and I don't think we mentioned it.
No.
At the start.
Yeah.
Well, they're gone.
They're gone.
As promised.
Shout out to the P's and D's for going the big lift.
Thanks, tremendous lift by the P's and D's. Sold out, pretty
Record
quickly.
time, yeah.
Considering how many we sold. Was it 4 million?
I think it was 4 million.
I think it might have been. I forget.
I forget as well.
Shout out to, those who helped pack. obviously.
Yeah.
You know, there's a big team behind the.
Yeah, our elves.
They're our elves. Did we whip them? Yes, we did.
Yep.
I think we've been over that.
Yes, we have.
I lose track of days.
Yeah, I
but to the P and the D, thank you.
Yeah.
Because the support has been overwhelming.
It's been overwhelming. We've been truly moved.
We've been moved.
We've been moved by the support.
moved by the cash.
Yeah. Swimming in it. Dior, how are you, my friend?
Mate, I'm good. As Eddie said, bit rusty at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning, but I'm here and I'm ready to rip. Ready for 2021.
Especially for Dave. I know when we were talking about time.
Dave hasn't been up this early in what? How many years?
Probably like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Dave,
Since I had band practice at school in the morning.
there you go. Dave.
What did you play?
I played guitar.
Yeah, do you see his videos?
Yeah, but maybe you played something else at band
Yeah,
camp.
true. And then you'd sort of.
Where'd you go for band camp?
Stanwell Tops near Wollongong.
What do you do up there?
Not much.
Is it like the way I'm picturing it in my head?
American Pie band
Like,
camp?
yeah.
It's not nearly as fun, but it's not like.
Are there girls next door?
Yeah, but it's not like.
There are.
It's
Okay.
just. It's
So
just
it's
our
similar.
school, so it's not like a competition.
Oh,
only
so
our
it's all the
school,
girls that you're already in your year.
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Co-ed school.
yeah,
Are you into a co-ed school?
yeah,
Oh, see, I was again.
Thinking, yeah.
yeah. No.
Well, we didn't go to a co-ed school, so it was like whenever you saw chicks, it was like, holy shit balls.
I did and I didn't. Half.
Yeah, same.
They're different.
Well, certainly.
They're definitely,
Definitely
different.
different. Yeah, I went to co-ed year 7 and 8. My mum was like, you need to know how to behave around women. And I feel like that's going to be a benefit to you to go to a co-ed school, which I think is a great call from mum.
Yeah, I was
So you're
7,
not-
8, 9. Great call.
Because you see like some dudes, or chicks, either way, but just overwhelmed by the experience of just interacting with the opposite sex as a young teenage sort of person.
Did you find that deal? Oh no, you went to co-ed.
I went to code, but I mean, you look at the results. You both have fiancés. I don't have a girlfriend, so maybe there was some.
There could be method to
Yeah.
the double madness.
Yeah, that you got to do a bit of both.
Yeah,
You know,
Yep.
become a macho fuckwit at an all-boys school, which is what we've done, but also have the softer side, the delicate touch.
Yeah.
Are we off topic?
I don't know where the fuck we are.
I don't know where we are at all. How do we even get here?
that was the last time I woke up early.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're macho, delicate fuckwits.
Yeah,
Dave, thank you very much. Dave got us rums as well.
It was
as
really
a-
nice.
It was a touch of class from Dave.
It was. We got him a hat.
We got him a hat,
well, it's a great hat. I mean,
Just a couple of hats in
Don't knock
fairness.
the hat.
2 hats.
2 hats, and sort of like global notoriety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that might count for
1,000 Instagram
something.
followers.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you, Dave, for the rhyme. That was very kind, very sweet. But I think, Eddie, we've probably fucking wasted the P's and D's time enough with our little sort of, oh, my house. That's what
I
this
was
whole
waiting.
thing
I'm
about.
like, all right, come on.
Where's the fucking house? Listen, update on the house. Now, yes, I was getting fucked over. They have done nothing. But I love the place. So I'm trying to work out now, how do I step back a little bit from my threats of tribunal? I came in very bullish and like, don't fuck with me. And now I'm like, I only signed a 6-month lease and I fucking love this place outside of obviously the spiders and all that shit.
Just keep emailing her.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want it because it's a 6-month lease. I do not want to move again in 6 months' time. So I need
I
to.
thought you signed a year.
Nah.
Why not?
I don't fucking know now.
6 months is not long.
Dude,
Moving is the worst
It's the worst thing in the world, right? So 6 months is
thing
not
you
good.
can do.
And the house now, we're very happy in it. You've been over there.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a good space.
Yeah. Great space.
So I don't know. I'm now like I'm not going to go tail between my legs because I still need to have this shit done. But I'm a little bit more like, ooh, I threatened tribunal 24 hours into a fucking lease, and now I like the place, and I don't want to get kicked out.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they can't do what they said they were going to do.
I'm still going to ask them to, but I'm just
They said they were going to do it,
yeah,
and you had it in writing.
yeah.
So don't sweat it. Just be like, do it.
Just do
And
it.
then when it's
bruh.
done,
then start sucking them off.
then you start sucking them off.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably all I needed to hear. Just a bit of support there. I appreciate it. Should we talk some sport?
Let's do it. Happy to help.
Thank you so much.
Happy
And
to
also,
help.
thank you to all the P's and D's. Mate, there are so many P's and D's reached out who are like property managers and people that work in that space with some very good advice. But they didn't know that I'm a pussy, so I think that they couldn't account for that. Eddie, we lost the second test. Basically, we haven't, save for one of the, like a statistical anomaly of a bedsheet from India, test one, we haven't scored a 50, we haven't scored a ton. I think we've had like 1 or 2 50s the whole series. We have done nothing, basically. We suck at test match batting.
Look, it's been appalling. I don't think there's any way to sugarcoat it. Our batting has been appalling. Yes, we bowled them out for 36 in Adelaide, which was tremendous, but no one came into this test series going, oh, I wonder how our bowlers are going to go.
No.
We always knew that they were alpha as fuck and that they're one of the great quartets in bowling history. We always knew that. They had a stat come up on the field, the screen the other day. It was like McGrath, Warne, Lee and Gillespie. The 4 we got now, better through as many games. Better than them. So that says all you need to know, right? So no one was worried about taking 20 wickets. We were worried about scoring runs.
Test match runs.
Test match runs. Now, I heard as well that I think in the first innings of the second test, India played and missed it more than they did in Adelaide. But it was just one of those days where, they just fucking nicked everything.
Yeah.
And the commentator was like, this is outrageous that they're nicking everything. Never happens. So, again, to your point, an anomaly. So where did we arrive to? Well, we arrived to the fact that we can't fucking score runs.
No.
We got to 200 once. I think we got to 208 off the top of my head. That's not good enough.
That's disgusting.
Now, Dave Warner comes back for Smoke and Joe.
Varley.
Now, again,
Varley, Smoke and Joe.
I want to say this before we get to... Let's start with Smoke and Joe.
Yeah.
This is my opinion. Justin Langer should have come before the people at the first test and explained why he's picking someone who averages first 7 fucking runs in first class cricket through the year. He should explain that, I think.
Well, he should do it now if he hasn't already.
Don't you think?
Yeah. But he just sort of said, we're sticking solid. It's all this stick solid. It's like, bro, he's not Dave Warner. You stick solid with Dave Warner, who's got like fucking 20-something test hundreds. Or Smudge, out of form. You stick solid with Smudge. You don't need to come and justify to me why you're keeping Smudge.
But also, we get it. Oh, well, you're sticking solid with Smudge. Bloke at average is 62. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
well,
cool.
that's
no,
sure.
that actually makes sense.
That makes sense.
Smoke and Joe? Of not many runs for his country fame? What the fuck are we talking about? His first innings digs, like they did like his last however many first innings digs for Australia. He got a 97 at the Gabba last year and then shit the bed just before his 100. And then everything else has been like single digit or maybe, like nothing got to 20 basically.
I can't remember anyone in the lead up to the first test saying he could be picked. Everyone's opinion was he is unpickable.
Yeah, he's unpickable.
Except for Justin Langer.
He's rotten fruit.
Except for Justin Langer. Justin goes, no. We're going to stick solid.
That's not how we do it here.
Now, what happens when you pick a bloke who gets out for a duck and for a 4 and for a 1? What happens? Fucking Marnus is in. He's basically opening now.
Yes.
And then Smudge is basically first drop. That's what happens.
That's what happens.
And it unsettles the batting lineup.
Yeah. Upsets the apple cart, Eddie.
It does upset the apple cart. I've never understood what that means.
We'll get that. We'll get our.
But apple carts, I think we all know, aren't meant to be upset.
Certainly not. You know that if you're upsetting an apple cart, that
you're in trouble.
Problems are going to arise.
Well,
now,
they're going to.
If I can have just a stab in the dark at what upsetting the apple cart may mean is you don't want a cart full of apples to tip because then you're fucking picking up apples.
Yeah.
And they roll.
And I imagine that the apple cart can hold many apples.
Sure, but if it's upset, then apples are rolling from here to Timbuktu.
Well, yeah, so the term originates in the 1700s in the Roman times. Which
in the what times?
Roman. So the Romans, it originally started. It originally started as just upset the cart, which just meant to spoil everything, as in to spoil the fruit that was in the cart, and then it kind of just got upgraded to upset the apple cart because you can spoil apples.
Now, do we say spoil as in they're now off, or just tip it over and they roll everywhere?
I think spoil. Well, a bit of both. I think if you're knocking something onto the street in the 1700s, it's probably going to be a bit dirty, so you're probably spoiling the apples as well.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, well,
it depends. I mean, look,
who knows?
We could unpack that more.
We could, but we won't. We'll do a separate podcast to unpack that apple cart. So Smokin' Joe had to go. We were calling for it before the test series started. He has now gone, not just dropped, but completely removed from the squad. So talk about giving this guy 2 tests and then just going, oh no, not only are you like no longer up to it, like for at least the next test, like just get out completely. They literally just said, there's the door, brah. I know that JL was all up your ass pre-tests. Now he's literally just gone and put the proverbial bullet in the side of the head, sent him back to Big Bash, where he got another duck, I think, at the Big Bash.
He got a 1.
Got a 1. Almost worse.
No. Stick solid.
And
I reckon stick solid.
Stick solid.
Bring him back in.
Bring him back.
Bring him back in and just keep fucking putting him in there.
Yeah.
He'll get it right.
He'll get it. Bring back Joe.
Bring back Joe.
Gone
Don't you reckon
too soon.
JL, don't you reckon?
Bring him back.
Don't you reckon we should bring him back and
I reckon
stick
we bring him
solid?
back. Yeah, stick
I
solid.
reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon we should just stick solid.
Yeah.
Bring back fucking Shane Watson as well. Stick solid.
Yeah, bring back Watto.
Bring back Watto. I'm calling for it.
Where's Rob Quiney?
Bring back Rob. Stick solid.
Stick solid with Rob Quiney.
Rob was great.
Yeah.
Rob was so hard done by. He
Yeah.
was great. Should have stuck solid.
Still just stuck solid with Rob Quiney.
We wouldn't have lost a test series
No.
with Rob Quiney in the side.
No. At least if you stuck solid with him.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. If you stick solid, you win.
Yeah.
That's the mantra.
That's it.
Stick solid with shit.
Stick
and
solid.
Shit becomes golden if you stick
with
solid.
it. Mitchell Pearce in Origin.
Stick solid. Look.
He
you know
eventually won one.
That's exactly right. We should have just stuck solid. They shouldn't have taken him out.
No.
Just keep him in there.
But now, hopefully, fingers crossed, Will Pekowski of Balkan Bulldog fame comes in. Loving Will's hair at the moment. Blonde, long, flowing, a little bit sort of like 90s-ish about it. I don't know where or maybe it's 80s, maybe it's 90s. I don't know if I'm getting my decade right, but it's certainly a retro haircut feel.
Do you reckon Will imagines himself scoring a brave ton for the country?
I think Will
and taking off the helmet and
whipping the
Whipping it?
hair. Yeah, I think so.
if he goes the big whip, I'll be very turned on.
Yeah, well, there'll be a sort of an overflowing of lead at the Simpson household.
I'd think about growing my hair out if Will just whipped every time he scored tons.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I've got a little bit of I'm in the process of getting my mullet on. Got the old hairdresser to shave the sides. I don't have enough hair to actually do it at the moment, but in
that's the
honor
plan.
of Will Pekowski, that's where I'm headed. So, very exciting times. If he starts whipping it around, then I can whip it around with him. And then, it's just a nation of people whipping their hair for Will Pekowski.
Yeah, love it.
So hopefully Will comes in. Matt Wade drops down, but, I mean...
Dave Warner's back. Did we say that?
Did we say... Yeah, well, he's not guaranteed. He's not definitely back, but he should be back.
I heard he's back.
Yeah.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Well, I mean, bringing him back isn't a desperate measure.
Yeah, but I'm saying even if he's fucking
Half.
Half.
Like a little underdone.
he's better than fucking anyone else.
Yeah.
Now,
The Dark Angel and the Balkan Bulldog at the top of the order.
I like
that gets
that.
me wet.
Yeah, that gets me really wet. Now, do we say Travis? Sorry, bruh.
This is one that, and again, shout out to Grade Cricketer.
Because obviously, punters and dribblers, I like Matt Wade in the side.
I like Matt Wade in the side as well.
I think he's
tough.
got a bit of cunt about him.
He does. He's the cunt you need. He's that little bit of cunt talking shit to Richard Pant last game, getting in his face.
Mongrel.
The only one that scored any runs.
He's prepared to roll up his sleeves, Tom. And I don't see a whole lot of sleeve rollers.
No, I see a lot of sleeves down. In fact, it's almost over that ends their hands.
Yeah. As in, like, I'm a little scaredy cat and I'm going to put my hands inside my jumper.
Like when you were cold at school, and you pulled your jumper over
remember
your
that?
hands. Yeah. Weak dogs.
Weak dogs. Too much of that.
Yeah. Not Matt Wade.
He's
Matt
like,
Wade
is it -4? Let me
Yeah.
roll these fuckers up.
Matt Wade basically had a sleeveless jumper when he was at primary school.
He did. He used to run around, mate, shirts and a t-shirt all year round. They go, put on your jumper, you go, fuck pussy.
you, mate. What are you, pussy, sir?
Fucking pussy. Roll your sleeves up, you fucking pussy.
Matt Wade would abuse headmasters, teachers, anyone that tried to get him to warm up. He'd be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. I'm not warming up, cunt.
I'm rolling up my sleeves, and I'm just digging in for my nation.
Yeah. How about you fucking dig in with me,
Yeah.
mate?
How about you take your jumper off, you pussy?
Dig in or go home.
Yeah.
Now, he sent Joe home.
Yeah.
Now, does Travis go home?
Well, see, Travis averages 40 for his country. I'm not saying that means he stays because he's not in good form, and form is what should dictate, right?
What's Matt Wade average?
Yeah, he'd be 30s.
But he can we get recent? 12 months
22
if we can. 12 months if we can.
But yeah, look, Travis Head just doesn't look like he's scoring runs. He's a bit all at sea.
Well,
I don't think you kick him out of the squad a la Smoking Joe and send him off to the gulag.
Look, I'm not anti-Travis.
No.
Me and Travis are mates.
Yes, we don't mind head.
I don't mind getting head. Neither does Tom.
No.
Now,
we're pro head.
My biggest concern is that Travis might he might be becoming a little bit too Sean Marsh for mine. Like where
gets a start,
he
shits the bed.
just is becoming a little bit obsessed with getting a start and shit in the bed, like what I used to. You know what I mean? Oh, do I look like I'm going to score a ton? No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. At least Watto would get a 50.
Because I'm going to get in the 30s. Now, I'm not saying that this is what Travis is doing, but he feels to me like he's getting out in the 30s a lot. Am I backing that up with anything? No, I'm not. That's vibe.
Yeah, it's vibe.
That's all this podcast is.
Yeah.
It's vibe.
Do your own research, but he's getting out in the 30s almost every time. Now, obviously, Sean Marsh, if we're going to go like greatest batsman of all time to be like in the side as a batsman to get 30s, Sean Marsh. Greatest 30 run scorer in Test cricket history.
Yeah.
Travis head certainly working his way towards that.
Yeah, like if getting out in the 30s was the holy grail of Test cricket,
Sean Marsh is the number one.
he's number one. You know what I mean?
And Travis Head.
Like anything short of that's not enough, and anything more than that's too
too
many.
much.
Yeah. Oh, it's too many runs. He scored too many runs.
Way too many runs.
Yeah. But 30s,
30s, Goldilocks zone for mediocrity.
Travis the Don.
30 is the Goldilocks zone for mediocrity. It just is, right? Like that's...
Yeah. And mediocrity is fine if you're into it.
If that's what you're into.
If you're into being mediocre, then 30's your game.
That's it.
30's your game.
Yeah.
Anything less than that, you're shit.
Yes, exactly. Anything at your shit house, and anything more than that, it's like, okay, you dug in for your country, but 30, you are just mediocre.
Especially if you face like 140 balls to get there.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, there is also a runs to ball ratio there. If you got a 30 off, 6 balls, different. You're probably playing 20-20, unless you're Joe Burns and you get one. But yeah, Trav, I don't think needs to get kicked out of the side, like out of the entire squad, never to be seen again. Hit with rotten fruit sort of stuff. But a la Joe Burns needs to be pegged with rotten fruit. But certainly I'd prefer Matt Wade, I think, for this next test.
I just think he's going to roll his sleeves up.
If the pressure comes on,
that's
Matt
what I'm
Wade's
saying.
going to have a bit more of a crack.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think he's going to roll his sleeves up more.
Yeah. Trav, I don't know if Trav's got what it takes to roll the sleeves up high enough.
I think he's a chance of crying.
Well, the sleeves seem like too much of a task for Trav at the moment. Can he roll his sleeves up? Sure, he has done, but not this year. I haven't seen his arms for fucking months.
Are they hairy? I can't remember.
I don't think so. Not with the sleeves down because the hair's not able to grow.
Only goes in light.
You
Did
need
you know that,
sunlight.
Dior? Did you know that?
Is that true? Is that really true?
Is it true? Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it is.
There you go.
Look into it. YouTube it, dude. So I guess that brings us to what? Sydney. Well, okay, again, Sydney. Are we going to have crowds? Are we not going to have crowds? Is there corona everywhere? It seems like it. I don't know. Everyone's wearing masks.
Is it going to fucking rain?
Is it going to rain? Yeah. Like, I thought it was pretty fucking crazy that we sent it to Sydney for if you can't have crowds. And corona's bloody
I think they can have crowds. I think they can have half.
Yeah, but I think it's a bit fucking disrespectful to the people of Sydney who are wearing masks everywhere. Parts of Sydney locked down. Everyone's pissing their pants about these clusters that are popping up everywhere. For good reason.
Another one popped up today.
Great. Love that.
And starts with a B, I think.
Berkeley Vale.
Maybe Dave can get that.
Barclow.
Did you see that? Yeah.
Whatever. Dior. But to then...
Have you got a list of Dior's going up that haven't been coming back?
Yeah, I got a few that kind of just passed. Is Barala.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Now...
But what I'm saying is, if they're...
I would have looked at the calendar. I would have looked at the... You know what I would have done? I would have been like, where can we get 5 days of Test cricket? In which cap city? Where?
Western Australia.
Take it there.
Western Australia.
Poor old Perth built that brand new stadium,
I know.
like the mini MCG. It's fucking enormous, 60,000. Great bit of kit. Great bit of kit. And they're like, nah, you don't get a test.
And there's fuck all COVID over there as well.
Fuck all. There's like one. I don't think they've got any. I don't
They
think they've had
basically
any.
beat COVID. They probably want to secede.
Look, do I love the Sydney Test? Yes.
Yes.
But I'm concerned, probably more than anything, selfishly perhaps, about getting 5 days of Test cricket because I look at the weather and I go, ooh.
It hasn't been sunny here for fucking months.
And
La
the thing
Nina
about-
is seriously, flopping his cock on the table. Is it La Nina?
La
Yeah.
Nina.
Yeah. And I think it's a her though.
We know the one we're
Sorry.
talking about.
She's flopping her
She's
cock on.
flopping her big old titties onto the city. And it's raining all over us. I don't see where
Take it to Perth.
5 straight days of summer. 5 days of summer? Is that the ban? Where's 5 days of summer?
5 seconds. And that's all we're getting this summer.
Exactly.
5 seconds of
Whereas
summer.
it should be 5 days.
Yeah.
Because that ban's lame.
Yeah.
Full respect to them.
Now, obviously, La Nina, and she can be buttered up via,
Well, niceties and
positive affirmations.
platitudes.
Yeah. So, leave a spread out for La Nina. You know
Yes.
what I mean? If you're doing a cheese board this
A
this
charcuterie
holiday
board,
season,
charcuterie board, whatever.
leave a bit of blue out for
Yeah.
her and some
Leave
of those
some
nice
bickies
little
on the
bickies.
windowsill.
Yeah.
For
La Nina. Because she likes cheese boards.
And before you go to bed, maybe you just go, it's not like you're praying.
No, it's
but
not
you
praying.
just, because
No.
you're just speaking to her.
Have you ever been to Bali and they've got like little offerings everywhere? It's like that.
Yeah. Shrines to La Nina.
Offers.
It's like a reverse rain dance.
I thought you were going to say reverse racism. Yes. Well, reverse rain, anti-rain dance.
Yeah.
Maybe they need an Imodium. Clog her up. Is that what an Imodium is?
I don't know what an Imodium is.
I think it's when you got the runs.
Imodium.
Imodium?
Imodium.
One of those things to gum me up when you're...
Yeah, used to decrease the frequency of diarrhea.
So La Nina, maybe she needs an Imodium. Respectfully, of course, La Nina.
We'll leave that up to her.
We'll leave that up to her. Do what you want. Leave out a cheese board and offering something nice, maybe a glass of rosé on the windowsill. But I think, from a cricketing perspective, Eddie, there might be a bit more if I just consult.
Were you
mine.
telling me that New Zealand is now number 1 in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they beat Pakistan for the first time ever, and now they are number 1 in the world.
How?
Number 1 test nation in the world. We lost to India. India lost to us. We probably lost some test points as well, which we did.
We beat New Zealand though.
Yeah, but it's about the scoring, bro. It's about...
Are we still first at the Test Championship and they're first in the world in Test? It's different. They're not the same thing.
Yeah, the rankings aren't the same as the championship. I think we are still
bizarre.
first in the championship. But the New Zealand, I was going to say, their last 2 test series have been against Pakistan and West Indies, which they've kind of they destroyed the West Indies.
Pakistan,
And now
that was the
they're
first time they beat them ever
Yeah.
in
But
tests.
yeah, they came off, I think, a clean sweep series against West Indies, so that would have boosted them up the rankings.
Now, shout out to New Zealand. Look, obviously, Eddie and I, half Kiwi, and when it suits us, we will salute them. Aotearoa. Hard to in cricket because they're not dominant. When it's rugby, it's a bit easier because we are so bad at rugby. It's a bit more like, yeah, I'm a Kiwi in rugby. But when it comes to Test cricket, I am as green and gold, baggy green as it gets.
Well, put it this way. When was the last time New Zealand beat us in a Test series?
Probably never. I'd say never, but that's only because I'm parochial.
Never sounds right.
No, it doesn't. Neil Wagner, who is a South African playing for New Zealand, a dribbler sent this to us yesterday. He broke his toe. New Zealand batted first against Pakistan.
Yep.
He broke his toe, 2 toes.
Next to each other or different feet?
I'd be throwing that one over to our Dioring Dave over there to just look into.
Imagine
Neil
if you got
Wagner's toe.
yorked on consecutive feet, back to back, bang, bang.
As in break once, break
Break
again, or
two.
just broken and then hit broken.
No,
You know what I mean?
hit and broken, front foot, and then hit and broken back foot.
Oh, bruz. That'd be tough. They shoot horses for less than that.
Well, they shoot horses for one break.
Which, you know what? Surely you can fix a horse's leg, can't you? I always see that and I'm like, fuck, that's heavy. Do we just kill this thing now? And I'm not anti-horse racing and all that, but I'm just trying to work out in 2021, Eddie, when we can bloody put rovers on Mars and sending shit out to Pluto that send us back photos and whatever else, we can't fix a horse's broken leg. We have to shoot the fucking thing.
So it was all his right foot. And I agree.
Jesus, that thing's swollen.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So anyway, he broke the 2 toes and then went on to bowl 49 overs, played the rest of the fucking game. Now,
Look at his toes.
What is he a right arm bowler? I'm just trying to look. So that's his right foot. You plant heavier on your left foot as a right arm bowler, but still you're fucking jumping off your right foot, right?
He ended the match with figures of 4 for 105.
Dude,
And played the last 3 days with that broken toes.
Mate,
that's a big lift.
that's huge. Well done to him.
Well done. Those toes look like they've been stung by bees. Like they are swollen as shit.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Back to the horse.
Yeah.
It's a fair question. It's a fair question. Now, if there's any veterinarians out there, maybe they can shed some light on us, and I'd love you to.
Yes.
What I find
Maybe via the dribble hotline.
What I find interesting is that we're not, they're not just shooting donkeys here.
No.
They're shooting like Melbourne Cup horses
Yes.
that are sometimes worth millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars.
But the second they break their leg, they're worth zero. That's the thing. I don't think if you're going to kill this thing because it's got a broken leg, it's never coming back as a runner.
Why?
Humans
can?
Yeah, sure. Agreed. But
That's my point.
I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised so much that the horse won't ever gallop like it once galloped. I'm like, okay, maybe that's a little more understandable. Thin legs, big body, big horse. But to just fucking put a bullet behind its head or, inject it, however they do it these days, I'm not au fait with the killing of horses.
I think they go the bull.
Right. Probably cheaper than whatever's in the syringe.
Well,
maybe.
it's effective.
Quick and effective. But, there is something where I just go, if it's just purely because it costs too much to fucking get them back.
Well,
that's
maybe,
pretty sad.
but maybe they're not. What are you going to do? Put them on crutches? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. You see elephants with a fucking prosthetic leg and shit in Thailand.
Do you?
Or something. Yeah. Can you just Google elephant prosthetic leg?
What the fuck are you on about?
I've seen an elephant with a prosthetic leg.
Yeah, but this isn't a prosthetic leg. What I'm saying is,
You could remove the leg. I mean, does this horse want to go and cruise around in a field for the rest of its life eating grass and maybe just rooting some honeys? Still got good genetics. It's just the leg is broken. There you go. Thanks for coming.
that's cute. Go a 3-legged horse. See if they remove the legs.
Yeah, it'll be in a grave.
That should be the new sport, just 3-legged horse
Three-legged
racing.
horse racing. I don't know if they're fucking... Oh, God. That actually looks sad as shit. Can you go to the top right? It can be done.
They just amputated it at the knee.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look comfortable. Obviously, he's going to have
doesn't
some...
look comfortable.
But I mean,
better than being dead.
I've seen 3-legged dogs and stuff at the park, and they're cute because they're just holding on and they're still having a good time.
Three-legged dogs, everyone's like, oh, but I think a three-legged dog, again, maybe it's easier for them to...
I was under the impression that they put them down because it's inhumane for them to be alive. That's what I was under the impression.
Right, but is that just a little bit of convenience for them? Because it's listen, dude, I just don't think we want to have this three-legged horse bloody draining the bank account. So they just go, let's just shoot this thing.
Look, again, veterinarians reach out.
Yeah.
Shed some light on this
some light.
very interesting case.
That's pretty much cricket, Eddie. I did just read a story, though, about Smudge training with Hemsworth's trainer. Apparently, that was a big thing. Smudge obviously posting thirst trap photos of him now with veins in his arms and shit. He's looking good. But I don't know whether we've exhausted Could you please look up, Dave, who trains the Hemsworths and what country he's from? 'Cause if he's Australian, maybe it's a little less sinister, but he might know where the fuck this guy's hands are, and I just think it's worth knowing.
Luke Zocchi. Let
Doesn't
me just
sound
find out
Australian,
where he's
but He
from.
could be Australian. Australia's a multicultural country, and Zocchi...
I don't know. Look, we've looked everywhere. We've looked everywhere for Smudge's hands. Thanks for the punters and dribblers that turned up and helped.
Yeah, and send us in some videos of where they were looking so we didn't have to double up.
Look, we're out of options.
At this point.
And there's only so much I'm prepared to do.
Well, I mean, we've got to live our lives as well.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to be in the SES chopper all day, every day.
No.
I was down the Bass Strait for a week, for fuck's
Mate, it
sake.
was fucking ridiculous. Didn't see land.
No. So, I've basically called it.
Yeah. We have called off the search, but we're still encouraging other people to do the searching as well. Sometimes, it's up to the man to find his own hands.
I think so. That's what I'm thinking. It's up to the man. It's up to Smudge now.
Yeah.
Smudge needs to roll up his sleeves,
and find the hands.
and find his hands.
Unless they've been stolen by a Hemsworth trainer, in which case we will turn the search party back on.
Nothing conclusive.
Nothing conclusive.
Nothing conclusive.
Do we know who this guy is, Dave?
I can't find where he's from.
Fuck him then.
Not too much. Yeah, fuck him.
That's all right. It's probably time to move on from cricket. Also, just quickly, I don't know if we've spoken about the fact that we've been lucky enough to have what some are calling the nicest, the sickest job going around, which is just to watch cricket and then produce a 2-minute video for KO, the 2-minute test. If you haven't seen it, go check out the KO Instagram page or their Facebook page. Give them a follow. We do share it on our stories as well. But the 2-minute test wrap, Eddie, I believe, from our sort of inside word at KO, it's been their most successful digital dalliance in the history of the brand.
Yeah. Look, they're just the numbers coming back.
That's just the facts and figures that we're seeing coming across our desk.
I've been told the numbers are overwhelming.
Yeah. Crashed their personal Instagram page at one point.
Look, what can you say? It's nice to be appreciated.
Exactly, it is. It's nice to be loved and adored.
Yeah.
But shout out to KO because it is a fantastic job. It would seem to me that, look, this happens every off-season, right? For rugby league. But that a couple of the players getting a little bit stir-crazy and maybe feeling a little bit like, I don't know, maybe jealous of the attention that the cricketers are getting, the back page column inches, things of that nature. Now, the first one I want to get to, well, actually, I'll probably just gloss over the first two because I don't know if if to get too much into them. Dave, I'll ask you if you can just look up the specifics around David Fafita's like gate crashing a house party or some shit. Jamil Hopewadi of Hopewadi's aggressive younger son fame has been to prison, Jamil, for bashing the shit out of someone, I believe, outside a Wharf Bar in Manly. Shout out to Wharf Bar. So, yeah, I think Jamil was in the big house for a year or so. He's now, I think, been charged with assault and drink driving. So Jamil doing his best to fuck up his career before it can really get off the ground. If found guilty, Eddie. It's all alleged. David Fafita charged with trespassing.
Well, no, David Fafita arrested for trespassing but released without a charge.
Okay.
So he basically rocked up to a party and rocked up to a property that he said he was invited to by a woman, but when he got there, people started calling the police on him. The Gold Coast Bulletin reported that he was invited.
Who's invited?
Well, it says here.
No, you weren't.
No, you're on the list, bro.
He was invited into the home, but went into the wrong room. So I don't know what that means. If there were just madly different vibes in different rooms.
Great start to his Gold Coast Titans career, I can tell you, Dave. Like, what the fuck?
Queensland Police said investigations are continuing, but he hasn't been charged yet at this point.
Well, okay. Hasn't been charged, so...
Look, the city of the Gold Coast isn't about to charge him.
Now, I mean, we did mention that he was given the keys to the city when he signed. So does he not have free reign to go wherever the fuck he wants?
That's why he walked into the wrong room.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, I've been given a key to every...
Oh, you want me to go into this room? Well, I've got a key to that room as well.
Yeah, I've got basically...
And
this
the noises behind that room...
sound interesting.
Sound great.
So I'm going to go in here. Now, obviously, they might have been shocked to see like a 6 foot fucking 310 kilo weapon of rugby league destruction, mass destruction.
Walk in
with a key to the city.
Yeah.
But he's like, sorry, like no one told me I couldn't use this key to the city.
Yeah. What good is it having a key to the city
if I can't go
if you
wherever
can't unlock every fucking door in it?
Yeah.
What's
and
the
at
point?
Least put it to the test.
Well, let's test it out. And that's what he's doing.
He's basically testing the authenticity of the key.
That's right.
So
now,
I
look, are we saying he was walking into orgies? No, not necessarily.
We're not saying he walked into an orgy, but I mean, he could have. If you got a key to every room, you can walk into anything.
Yeah. And maybe he wanted to.
Maybe he walked into an orgy. Maybe he didn't.
Who knows? We don't know. We're just spitballing here saying if you have the key to the city,
where do you go?
Maybe you go to orgy.
Maybe you go, where's an orgy?
And maybe that's the room that you weren't wanted in.
Which would make sense. Because the orgy was probably, if it was, it would have been already underway.
Well, he was invited to the house, but not
to the orgy. If that is, in fact, where he walked into. But again, that's all conjecture that we're not prepared to dive into. We don't play in conjecture. The one I want to talk about, Eddie, is a little bit more of the men's women's weekly persuasion.
That we do like.
Listen, we can't help but get into it. We have to cover it.
Look, we've all got a bit of the,
Men's Women's Weekly about it.
bit of the reality star.
Yeah, listen, we all sit down and, watch the Kardashians or something on, through like gritted teeth with the misso, but, you're still watching it. Mitchell Pearce of perennial Origin failure fame and
Hate September fame.
lucky enough to be in the Roosters premiership winning side in 2013 fame, constantly in trouble fame, of never learning his lesson fame, of his dad didn't drink, how did this happen fame, is in a bit of hot water again. Now, I guess I want to approach this with a question as well. But so for those of you living under a rock, metaphorical or otherwise, Mitch, if you believe the reports, was on the eve of his wedding sending sexually suggestive and flirtatious messages to a Newcastle Knights club physio.
Well, that was sexting.
Sexting.
It was going back and forth.
Yes, it wasn't.
It wasn't a one man.
No, it was a two-way street.
Yeah, it was two-way street. Takes two to tango.
A sext is one person sending it. Sexting is
back and forth.
Back and forth.
Oh, you're going to do what with your...
Oh, yeah. Where are you going to put your what now?
Yeah.
I can't wait
well,
to grab...
what if I put your thing here?
What if,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
did
I
this
can't
with it.
wait to bloody do this.
With your thing.
Yeah. Sexting. Now, this club physio also had a man. Who had a partner. She was not single,
No, she wasn't.
if you believe the Women's Weekly rhetoric. And the bloke,
Good mates with the...
good friends with players at the club,
Yep.
and he's the one that I think found the sexts,
If you believe the rhetoric.
if you believe the rhetoric. Now,
Have we got people on the inside?
look, did we hear about it before it broke? Yes, we did. That's just the way it works in this game.
Look, do we have birdies everywhere?
We've got birdies.
I think we do.
everywhere. You could say we own an aviary, because we got birdies everywhere. Google aviary. It's a birdhouse. Thank you. Now, with all of that on the table, and obviously with the context of Mitchell Pearce's history as a person, is it possible to be like a good bloke and a piece of shit, or like a cunt at the same time? Or is he just a piece of shit?
No, I think you can be both. I think you can be a lot of fun on the piss, and people get along with you. People find you charismatic. You know what I mean? He might be a good leader at the club.
Clearly not, though. You can't be the captain of the club.
But you can but you can. But you also do stupid, self-indulgent shit. Do you know what I mean?
But at what point,
when you think you're too cool for school.
Yeah, right. But so, at what point? And again, I'm asking questions here. But at what point does your general demeanor, right? So if you're going, he might be a good bloke he might be oh yeah, he's a bit of fun, or yeah, I get on with him. But when you nothing that he's done to my knowledge is what he's across his career has been illegal, right? He's never done anything where it's kick him out of the game forever. He's a fucking, to my knowledge. It's always just been fuck, this guy's a fucking dead shit, right? He seems like the sort of person who you have to apologize for. Or when you got a mate who's a pain in the ass when he's drunk, it's mate, it's just when he's drunk. It's yeah, but that's still a problem. How the fuck do you have, how many chances do you have to just not be a fucking idiot?
Well, he's not a big thinker.
Definitely not.
He's not a big thinker.
I don't know if we've ever spoken of Mitch with aphantasia, but he is almost a prime aphantasia case. Career's worth. But not only what he's done to the club, but to his missus. Fucking a few days out from the wedding.
Yeah. Well, discovered a few days out from the wedding.
Yeah.
Now, it was supposed to be in Byron. Everything's booked.
That's what
Everything's paid for.
Going. It's
Everyone's
not cheap.
People are hopping on their flights, going up there, paying money. Do-re me. Obviously, booked accommodation. Not something you could fuck off, I don't think, at New Year's Eve time.
Well, certainly not for a refund.
I think you're looking at least 50%. That's if they're generous. Now, Mitch has tried his damnedest to sort of sweep this. Wool pull. Now, a desperate man will go a desperate wool pull. Luckily for him, these are desperate times.
Yes.
So he points to the one easy scapegoat. The thing that's been getting a lot of shit, really.
Yeah.
COVID. No one's caught more shit this year than COVID.
2020 was a tough year if you're COVID.
If you're COVID. Now,
Everyone...
COVID got blamed
For everything.
Now, not even even COVID was like enough's enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, COVID. Oh, what? You're 100 years old. You got diabetes, but you died of COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these things. Poor old COVID.
Yeah. Being blamed within an inch of its life.
Yeah.
To the point now that they're trying to vaccinate the poor fucking thing.
Now they're trying to euthanize COVID.
Now, COVID's been blamed again by Mitch. Mitch said, listen, wedding's off because of COVID. Nothing we can do.
COVID's gone, whoa.
Whoa. And then COVID called up a couple of journos and goes, no.
No. COVID blew the lid on this whole thing. It was like, hold on. I'm more than happy to cop all this other sort of disease.
Look, I'm not saying I haven't been killing. I've been killing. I've been killing fucking thousands a day.
But I'm not going to be admitting to something I didn't do.
I'm not admitting this. No way. No way.
That was that motherfucker. That was all Mitch.
That was all Mitch.
I didn't send the text. I'm a virus.
I've been sexting. So he got on the bar to Buzz. I assume Buzz, because Buzz plays in this world.
Yeah, well, Buzz, a virus himself.
Viruses, no viruses. And blew the lid on the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's all coming, it's all unraveled.
Yeah. A little pull of the thread.
Yeah. And whoop.
All unraveled.
Now, where to hear from Mitch?
Because Mitch is now upset. Well, obviously, Mitch and his missus wedding off.
We heard from our birdie, possibly from COVID, that he's been sacked as club captain.
Yes, but now there's even more little tweets coming, and not Twitter tweets.
Isn't he renegotiating his contract?
Yeah.
Are you hearing he's out?
I think he got like close to $1 million to go there, and then now initially I think he was going to get like a significant decrease to stay, because I mean aphantasia, not worth that much money, but there's now yarns because it's split the playing group, because there, as I said, players were mates with this physio's bloke.
Yep.
That now they're like, fuck this guy. So there's a yarn that they're trying to get Gareth Widdop or Jake Clifford to come a year early to the Knights, and they're just going to fuck him off whenever. Well, I think he's end of this season is his last one, but they could fuck him off, right? If no one wants to play with him.
They could. Well,
Someone said maybe him to the Cowboys, one of these journos. Again, I don't know what these fucking, if we're hearing tweets, they're hearing tweets from birdies. We've got, they're speaking of COVID.
There's birdies everywhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes birdies lie as well.
Birds lie. Lie birds.
There's lie birds. You heard of lie birds? Yeah. Now you know birds lie.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, we could speculate till the cows come home about what's going to happen. I think all we have to do is put our feet up and just watch it all unfold.
Exactly. Because the rugby league soap opera, I mean, it's been...
The problem is real dearth of halves at the moment.
Yes.
Real dearth of halves.
Yeah.
There's not really anyone kicking about.
Maybe
there's young blokes that I'm not aware of that can can do a job.
But not ones I don't think they're just out on the market.
Not NRL ready, Tom.
Unless you get Gareth Widdop, because Gareth apparently wants to come home to be with his kids. He's been over in the north of England freezing his dick off.
Why did he go back there?
Well, he's English.
So what?
Well, I don't know. I get you. Like, I don't know. If you're English and you come to Australia, why do you ever go back? What the fuck's the point?
Like, family I'll allow.
Of course family. But if your family's here, why would you go?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Even then, if your family's over there...
I'm pretty sure he said he was homesick.
Yeah. But
I missed the freezing cold.
Yeah, but maybe... Was that an Irish accent? That was all right.
Who cares?
No, I know. I'm just saying it was nice. I'm saying it was a nice accent. Yeah. It was incorrect, but it was nice. Yeah. Look, who knows exactly what happened, whether it's like, oh, your boxers there, mate. Sorry, you just pulled your shirt up and fucking your dick's
These are the
out.
ones that we never got sponsored by.
Yeah. No, well,
So I'm not going to mention them.
No. I just let that whole conversation fizzle out. I don't know why. Money on the table. So if they were to get Gareth Widdop the Knights, arguably he's better than Mitchell Pearce. Arguably. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying arguably. He's won comps and played for his country, and probably not a complete piece of shit like he is. Not a shitbag like Mitchell Pearce. Doesn't mind September.
Look, if they can get him back early, I think you certainly consider it. Now, I'm not...
Is Mitchell Pearce worth having an unhappy playing group?
Well, yeah, if that's true. Now again, Lyrebirds aren't be lying.
Yeah.
But if the playing group is as furious as we've been led to believe, then I think you're on the blow of Gareth, and you go and get home soon. Because let's call a spade a spade. You don't want to be in England anymore.
No, we know that.
You're in the north of England, mate.
It's a freezing shithole.
It's a dump.
Even in summer.
Sorry, it is. Sorry to the north of England.
With the greatest respect, it's a shithole.
It's a dump. That's what I'll be doing.
But yeah, so Mitch, I guess, adding another chapter to his coffee table book of bed shits. It just seems like a
also,
selfish.
I would say this.
cunt
I would say this.
is how I'd describe
I'd say
it,
this.
with the greatest respect.
I would say this. I'm not a big sexter.
No,
Now,
not at all.
not even though I'm not a sexter, I still feel like I know the rules of engagement.
Yeah.
And it starts and ends with deleting your shit, doesn't it?
If you're
If you're cheating via sexting, wouldn't you delete the message?
yeah, you certainly like a self-destruct button, like Inspector Gadget. This message will self-destruct in fucking T-10 seconds.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why would you leave that on your phone?
Unless it came through as the old mate was looking at the phone or something. You know? Maybe. But again, why, if you're trying to cover up the fact that you're cheating, would you fucking send messages? Like that's... You know what happens, Eddie, if I was to just say a sext to another woman or man, depending on your persuasion, it disappears in front of you.
Well, unless they've got wearing a wire tie.
Well,
but
unless
yeah.
they're wearing a wire, which, I can't be sure of that at all. Unless there is a live microphone, you can just say, "Oh, I want to put your in there and grab your," and then
Yeah.
it's gone.
Yeah.
Putting it in writing, there are fucking things on stone walls from like thousands of years ago. That shit doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And presumably, you're saved as Mitch in the phone.
Mitch Pearce of Aphantasia fame.
Yeah. So, like, we can tie it all to you directly.
Yeah.
We have to. It's not hieroglyphics here.
No,
we have
we
to
don't
work
need
this
to-
shit out.
We
It's
don't
pretty
need
fucking
to
simple.
Fucking decode an ancient language here.
No.
You've said you want to fuck her.
Yeah.
In a text message.
And I'm presuming dirty than that.
Yeah, I'm
I reckon,
sure-
I'm thinking real dirty shit.
Well, I mean, if you're into the sexting game, right? It's probably not tame. What's
No.
the point?
No, what's the point?
What's
No.
the point in like tame sexting game?
I'm going to have sexual intercourse with you.
Yeah.
Now, boring.
No, I can't wait to thrust gently upon you. Even that was a little bit salacious. But you imagine Mitch being Mitch with his history of this and that.
I think Mitch was sending dirty shit.
Mitch was sending dirty
Like,
shit.
really dirty shit.
If you're sending dick pics, is that sexting or is that just sending dick pics? It's a text.
I think it falls in the world.
It's
I'm
in
going to
the- it's in
do
the
this.
same
I'm
postcode.
going to do this to you with this.
Yeah.
Well, if you get a photo in return, then it's the sexting.
Yeah. So
Both
maybe there's some
sides, so-
images going around.
It might be.
Silly.
Look,
Mitch will never learn though, right? Mitch, 31-year-old man. Like, at what point, bro? At what point do you just fucking get it together?
not yet.
No.
Need some more
not
more
yet.
time.
Yeah, give me some more time. I'm only 31. Fucking 15 years in the game. Shitloads of problems.
Oh, I'll get there.
Is that rugby league?
I think so.
I think it is. Shout out to rugby league and the off season. It's been an okay off season so far. Honestly, you could have had only the Kurt Capewell video and it would have been a good off season.
Mate, that's all we need.
These other things are just like accoutrements,
Yeah. Cherries,
cherries.
which I love.
Love cherries. All right. So, what's the title say there? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the most likable person in the world. So Dwayne's taken a screenshot of this article that's been written in his honor from who wrote it? Oh, sorry.
Paulina Marinova.
And who the fuck is Paulina Marinova? And what's the like the
Rock's employee.
yeah, right? Like,
Gotta be.
so then just find out who she is and who the publication is. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has become one of the most popular and well-liked people on the planet. When Johnson started in Hollywood, his ambitions were extraordinary, and his incredible capacity for work has made them a reality. Look, no one's doubting The Rock is a hard-working mamma jammer.
He's an animal.
He's an absolute animal. You can't imagine where he finds the time, right? Like I'm pretty sure he sleeps like 4 hours a night. I've got a lot of respect for The Rock and how hard he works and, you know, all the things he gets done. What I don't enjoy, or what I just like, the thing that grinds my gears, and obviously now this a little bit has become sort of like an anti-rock podcast, which is not intended to be, but like, how is sharing that someone thinks you're the most likable person on earth anything but self-serving, like fart-sniffing, auto-fillating fucking bullshit?
It's the epitome of fart sniffing.
Yeah. His nose is right up his own ass.
Which I always found to be a bit of a turn-off.
Yes.
Like, I like you less when you sniff your own fart.
And
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Or is this... You know what this could also be? Americans are different people.
Yes.
They take themselves very fucking seriously.
Yes.
They don't like sarcasm. They don't like getting paid out.
No.
Like, they just fucking pump each other up constantly.
They do.
They must love this shit over there. They
Yeah.
must fucking love... They all get high on their own farts in America.
High on
That's
their
the
own
problem.
supply.
Down here, we're a bit different.
Yeah.
So this sort of shit grinds our gears. But up there, bro, he is the most likable person in the
But
world.
there's nothing wrong. Even if you are, even though it's been written by some random person, it's like that no one knows. Or maybe they do. I don't know. But even if you're the most likable person in the world, is that something you're like... I feel like there's no humility in fucking pumping your own tires up about it.
But maybe that's what... Maybe Yanks don't know what humility is.
Well, no, they don't. They don't. But if we can just read The Rock's caption that goes with
This is a lot of fun.
his auto-fellatio inspired post, or his auto-fillating post. I don't even know how to say that correctly. From being called a big, complicated asshole at 15 years old due to fighting that led to my suspension, too much information, to now being called the most likable person in the world.
Do you reckon he
Hey,
got called
I
a
made
big,
a little
complicated
progress.
asshole when he was 15?
maybe
That's
he
such a
did.
weird phrase.
Yeah, it is. But also, it seems like that comment still burns him. It either did get said and he struggled to get over that for a long time, or it was never said. A big, complicated asshole. So, from being called a big, complicated asshole at 15 years old due to fighting that led to suspension, okay, to being called the most likable person in the world. Hey, I made a little progress. Big mahalo to writer Paulina Marinova for writing this profile. Thanks for taking the time, as this was a nice surprise to read. Forgive my reading as well, because it's a little distance from my eyeballs. True story. While I was serving my time on my 2-week school suspension, I heard a quote that would actually help shape the rest of my life, perspective, and work ethic. Now, if you've been following The Rock for a while, you'll know that this next saying is akin to the sort of $7 thing, because he says this every second post. But it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And plus, life is so much easier when you're not an asshole. And like, well-deserved. Like, this isn't an award. Someone saying Jamie Foxx saying well-deserved. It's just a circle jerk. It's just a fucking...
It's Hollywood, mate.
Yeah.
They love that shit.
They do.
It's just constant back pats, self-back pats.
Yes. Just constantly. So I'm just...
Now every other celebrity just wants to be the top comment on his posts because he's the most followed person.
Yeah.
So they're all
So
backing him
deserved,
up.
so good, I've actually heard from someone who's worked with him in a film that he's a fucking big day. And you don't have roid rage and rip a gate off of a fucking hinge if you're a super nice, well-balanced person. That's someone with emotional instability, I think. And there's nothing wrong with emotional instability. We all have it to some degree, or people go through it. But I'm also not calling you the nicest person in the world. Because you've ripped gates off hinges. In a fit of rage. Steroid-induced, probably. In the world of rumour and innuendo, it's not too much we can get into it, but a few little birdies have been chirping at us. about a rumor in AFL land of a coach of a very successful AFL team rumored to have knocked up a physio. Now, I don't know what it is with physios and...
I think it's the touching of the inner thigh.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It is. It's the touching of the inner thighs.
Oh, I slipped.
Oh,
I slipped.
well, listen. It's very hard when getting a massage from the opposite sex, I will stress. And, you know, it obviously depends, but, like, to not get a little bit fucking excited. You know, like, and I haven't had heaps of massages in my life, but I've had enough. And you sort of, there is a time when you're, like, having to sort of, there have been instances where you have to fight nature. Because nature wants you... Nature naturally gives lead.
Yep.
And you need to try and remove lead from, you know. So I can understand maybe how the physio finds themselves in that sort of a situation.
That makes complete sense.
It does. But apparently, an AFL coach has knocked up a physio and now he's going to get sacked. That's all we're hearing.
It's all we're hearing. Look, AFL trying its best to be relevant.
Yeah. Doing its best to keep in the headlines in the off-season, not happening very well. Rugby league doing it on its ear. Hey, I almost said the coach's name. Hey, coach, you ever tried sticking your dick in a glory hole, bruh? That'll get you back page.
Yeah. That'll get you back page. Or you throw a bloke on the other side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe if that physio was a dude, maybe if you got a bloke pregnant, that'd be a story.
This is so vanilla.
It's transparent as well.
In the world of rugby league and of, you know, pure Australian sporting scandals, this doesn't rate.
It doesn't rate at all.
That's why no one's talking about it.
No.
Except a couple of, you know...
AFL dribblers.
Couple of AFL... Which, you know, all due respect to you. I know that you get excited. You're like, oh, AFL can play too.
Yeah, but
I get it.
We get it, but just, you know...
It's not that cool.
No, it's, well, like, there's a distinct lack of glory hole in that story.
Look, glory hole is now the benchmark. And... it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
You know it. You know it to be true.
We all know it to be true.
You know it to be true. Glory hole's now the benchmark. It's going to be hard to beat. Mm-hmm. It's going to be really hard to beat. Until you beat it, I don't care.
No.
Now, the Queen's New Year's Honours, I think they're called.
Yes.
She likes to hand out knighthoods. Good for her.
Sirs and madams or dames.
Dames. Sirs and dames. Now, Sir Lewis Hamilton now, he was knighted.
Sir Lewis Hamilton. Congrats, bruh.
I
Deserved.
went onto his page. A lot of people were saying, well, they should have knighted your car, not you. Because anyone could have won in that thing. Look.
People are such cunts. They should have knighted your car.
But look, he did always beat his co-driver, except for when he didn't beat Nico Rosberg. But look, good on him.
Good on him.
That's not why I'm here.
No. Also, he's got one of the great hair transplants all time. Deal that.
All time.
It's like Joe Dirt dreads now. You know when Joe Dirt gets dreads?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Lewis Hamilton was going but bald as fuck, and now he has dreads. Dior it, but I'm pretty sure he's had a hair transplant. Anyway, carry on.
Deal. Now, that wasn't why I was interested. I was interested because there was another potential honour list, a person to be on the honour list. Name was James Anderson of fast bowling fame.
Yeah.
Of 600 wickets for England fame.
Yeah, of not doing it as well as Glenn McGrath, though. Still not better than Glenn McGrath fame.
That's correct. Now, he was removed from the list by powers to be in around English cricket, I believe.
The ECB.
The ECB, Tom. Because of fears that he would be teased when he comes out for the Ashes at the end of the next year. Now...
because they're worried that he's going to get teased about being knighted by the Queen.
About being a sir, yeah.
That is,
and they don't want to affect his preparation for what they consider to be his final Ashes series.
Swan song.
Yeah,
that's one of the lamest, most English fucking things I've ever heard in the world. Like, I don't want to get teased by it. Firstly, the Australian fan base, we tease. We're better than that. At teasing you, oh, you're a sir, fuck you. Like, what? We don't write songs, right? So you're not going to have some song where it's like going to incorporate the fact you were knighted. You're going to get bagged out regardless. Broken fucking arm vibes. That's how we come at you.
Yeah.
Getting teased for being a knight, like that's
But last time I checked, I thought being a knight was sick.
that's what I mean. It's like trying to bag someone out for having a big dick. Like, what are you doing here?
Oh, boy, you got a massive dick. Yeah, I know.
I know. Yeah,
It's massive.
Or you got a big dick. Like,
Yeah.
what? How are we doing? What? We're better than that.
It's like teasing Kelly Slater for winning 11 world championships.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you fucking won 11. Yeah, I know.
the greatest server of all time, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. I am.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Oi, James Anderson, congrats on all those wickets, you dickhead.
What? That makes sense. We wouldn't bring it up
No.
because we know it's cool.
Statistically greatest fastball of all time, you pussy.
Madness. Isn't that, like, they've lost before they got it.
Dude, that is...
They've lost before they got
That is rattled from the fact that we did him over there.
it. 100%. Because they know they're going to... Mate, they haven't won a test here in a long time. Even a test. They haven't won a test here.
They are so pathetic.
They're pathetic.
That is disgraceful. No wonder Gareth Widdett wants to get the fuck
They
out
are
of there.
pathetic. Simple as that. They haven't won a test in Sydney to 2010, 11.
That series when they dusted us good.
Yeah, they did. Wasn't great.
No, it
but,
wasn't. Still got a hat-trick at least in that series.
or was it Melbourne? It was one of those two tests. Point being, if you're too scared of getting teased because you're a sir, which is actually a good thing, I don't even think you should up on the plane, mate.
No.
Because it sounds like you're not up to it.
But I mean, I'm also wondering whether Sir Jimmy, would have known that. Like, I wonder whether does Jimmy go to the ECB and go, listen, obviously this is an honour, but I'm worried about getting teased, or is the ECB like, Jimmy's a pussy, we need to make sure this doesn't happen?
I think twofold. It's obviously possible that Jimmy's gone to the ECB, but I think more than that, I think the ECB's gone to Jimmy and said, look, you're a fragile little loser. Are you going to be up to it? And he said, no, I'm not. I'll cry and poo myself.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
please
No.
don't give it to me.
No, but look, if they do knight me, I'm gonna need some nappies.
If he was an
I'll
alpha, he would have been like, give me that fucking knighthood
Yeah.
or I'm not playing.
Exactly. I want to play as a sir. Like, that's badass.
So badass. I'm not playing. I'm not going to Australia
Unless I'm knighted.
unless I'm knighted. And they would have been, okay, sweet.
Fair call. So Jimmy.
But he would have been in tears going, please don't knight me. I'm a scaredy cat.
Yeah. I'm gonna poo myself.
I'm going to poo myself. I don't want to poo myself.
I'm
we
wearing
wear
whites. Dior, could you please get to the punters and dribblers page and get up the 2020 awards, which was all dribbler decided. We had nothing to do with it,
No.
essentially.
Was it Tom Otten?
Tom Otten, I think,
Yep.
got the 2020 P's and D's awards off the ground. Shout out to Tom.
They were
Obviously,
a good New Year's Day giggle.
They were great. They were a fucking big lol. May as well go through them and acknowledge a couple of the great moments. Also worth noting that the P's and D's page now officially private. I think a lot of P's and D's thought it already was.
So did I.
Some of the people posting
sister,
in there. and like,
until my sister said, because she came for a party the other night as well. She was like, "Oh, I'm not a member." I'm like, "Well, how do you sell the post?" She's like, "You don't have to. It's not fucking private." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
whoops.
Whoops. It's now private.
A lot of the P's and D's thought it was because of our, like, they think that we're in some sort of legal hot water to do with Tomic's fucking OnlyFans misso. Like,
Which is hilarious.
It's just like,
Keep speculating. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah,
And
yeah.
keep posting your speculations
Yes.
because they're funny to read, but not true.
but basically now if you aren't,
But yeah, you got to be in now.
you got to be in.
Now, plenty of you, seemingly, were just going there for a purr.
Just go in there
you
for
can't
a perv.
anymore.
You can't. You got to join. And
Gotta
that's the way
join.
it should be.
Yep.
Because the content in there, again, shocking for some people who've been posting some shit in there and didn't realize it was public. And anyone on their who follows them on Facebook, I guess, could have seen it. Whoever the fuck still trolls Facebook for other people is what they're doing. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, look, I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
But it's private now.
It's private.
So,
you
you
gotta,
need not worry. But if you want to see it,
you got to
gotta
get in
join.
there because the content's phenomenal. But Dave, let's get up these awards.
Alrighty, so first one is the P's and D's phrase of the year.
Yep.
In third place, we had Rack and Red. In second place, it was of so-and-so fame.
Yep.
And the first place, very deservedly, Go the Big Lift.
Going the big lift, the phrase of 2020.
yep, love it.
Love it.
Had to go the big lift.
Yeah.
Bad you.
Yep.
Alright, the biggest day of the year.
Now, for those of you that don't know what the big day is someone who's a big day.
Yeah.
Someone or something.
It's not a good thing.
But it's not. Yeah, exactly. Historically.
Now, interesting results here. In third place, we had The Intern.
So that would be Dave.
That would be me. And then in second place, we've got D or Dave.
He's 2 and 3.
Yeah. But luckily not first place because that prestigious honor went to, of course, Kendrick.
Kendrick.
But could you add up both
Well, I think
The Intern and Dior, and would you win?
Technically, you might be.
If I recall correctly, the poll was done, and one of them was me calling up the dribbler hotline, and then I think the other one was like me and my mates getting kicked out of Korean barbecue or something.
Right, so 2 separate big days of the year.
occasions, Yeah.
Now, Kendrick, we've got to shout out to Kendrick because obviously, you know, the big day is not a coveted award, but Kendrick knows, and I think Kendrick knows he plays a role. Kendrick plays the heel.
Everyone's got a role to play.
But Kendrick plays the heel.
Plays a heel.
He's an opinionated contributor on the page, which we appreciate because, again, it's what it's about. You don't want everyone agreeing with each other.
No.
But there's Kendrick gets under the skin of the P and the D.
He rolls them up, Tom.
He riles them up. He's
gets
like
their
a
blood
fucking, not a conquistador. What are the people who like shake
A conquistador.
Matador.
Matador.
Yeah.
He's a matador to the dribbler.
Yeah.
He himself, one of the great dribblers, but a dribbler matadoring dribblers.
It's brilliant, really.
Yeah.
I think you should wear that as a badge of honor.
Yeah, I would be.
Put on your Matador cape, bro.
Yeah.
Biggest day.
Biggest day of 2020.
You've actually did what you
probably set out to do a
set
little
out
bit.
to do. You did.
Yeah,
Let's
you
be
did.
honest.
You
You've
did.
told you like you like riling up the P and the D.
absolutely.
You've won.
You've won.
You did your job.
All right.
All right. The Wool Pull of the Year. In third place, myself again with That's My Podcast.
That was a wool pull, Dave.
Fucking hell, you're very active.
Yeah, you are.
Second place, The Rock and His Gate.
That was a wool pull, that one.
Yeah.
The Rock telling us that he ripped the gate off.
And the Wool Pull of the Year was Curdy Capewell with I Didn't Know It Was a Bloke.
And again, this is all alleged. This is with the P's and D's voting. It seems
Fair
like-
enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
All right. Bed Shit of the Year. There were a lot of bed shits this year in a COVID year. In third place, we had the Indian cricket team with 36.
Yep.
In second place, we had Scaredy Cat Gill and his AFL and going down to 30-second quarters and bubbles and everything.
Such a bad shit.
And the bed shit of the year, New South Wales losing Origin.
Fuck. Well,
Fair.
fair.
Mm.
Fair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And now the best Tom and Eddie moment of the year. In third place, we had Eddie dressing as an Easter bunny, working as an extra and dressing as an Easter
That
bunny.
was one of the great moments.
Yeah.
And second place, we had, if I remember right, it was Tom YouTubing how to use a jackhammer.
On the job. That's right.
Was
yeah.
that this last year?
Yeah, dude.
That was one
the
of the
start
first
of the year.
of this year.
That was
yeah.
just before COVID.
That was before my time. even.
Yeah, that was pre-Dior.
Were you this year too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. Hectic.
Big year for Dave. And what was number one?
Number one was Tonka swallowing a skewer.
Wasn't that a saga?
Shout out to Tonka.
Shout out to Tonka.
Who pooed it out.
And could probably fucking eat 12 skewers now on his ear, no dramas.
Could eat a whole broomstick and
Yes,
it would
he
come out
could.
solid.
He could.
Mate, he had a whole paper bag the other day. I know, a whole plastic bag, like a big one.
Ate like
Like a shopping bag one.
Ate it?
swallowed.
And pooed it out. It came out like,
In a knot?
yeah, like long.
Really?
God.
Yeah,
He pooed out the whole thing?
Yeah, pooed out that
What a weapon.
Jesus.
I don't even know how that comes out. Anyway, he did it. He's a weapon.
Yeah.
So don't worry about skewers.
No,
anymore.
no. He's number one.
He's number one. He showed that score. What up?
All right. The dribblers campaign of the year.
Jesus Christ.
In third place, we had hashtag fuck JBL.
Yes. Fuck JBL.
Yep.
I actually still don't have headphones.
In second place, we had the University of Wollongong's St. PVL plaque, thanks to Jelly Shot Kid.
Yes.
I'm surprised it didn't
I'm surprised
win.
that
That
didn't
was
win.
very surprising. But the winner at the end of the day was, in essence, it was Hopper's Instagram and the P's and D's interaction with him on that.
Yeah. I still feel like Jelly Shot
I think
should've
Jelly
won.
Shot Kid should have
Oh,
won
he's
that.
been robbed.
Yeah, he has been robbed. He got a baggy green for it at least. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that acknowledges the greatness
That's
with
right.
which
That's
that
true.
was.
That's a good point.
All right, next up we have Personality of the Year. In third place Coming in late in the year, we have Schmicko.
Hey, yeah. Schmicko's almost taken on some sort of like a deity element, like persona. He's now like revered within the P's and D's, which I love. Did you see the video that they put up of Schmicko fucking sculling a Peroni?
Yeah, off that beer skull
The beer sculler
thing. Yeah.
thing. Mate, Schmicko's king. Love that Schmicko came in at third. Shout out to Schmicko.
That's terrific.
And in second place, we have Lockie and Dan of the Long Run fame.
Like that as well. That's showing a bit of, from the punter and the dribbler, a bit of, not contrition, what's the word? A bit of sincerity. You know what I mean? Two dudes getting it done, running their dicks into the ground.
That's nice.
I like that they got second.
I like that too.
Podiumed.
Well, they podium. Second's huge.
And second's massive.
But at the end of the day, there could only be one personality of the year.
That's what I mean. There's no shame in losing to this man.
Yeah. And who else was it going to be but St. Peter Vlanders, son of God, son of Jesus, grandson of God. PVL.
There
well
can
done.
only be one.
There can only be one.
And he is undoubtedly, it's him and fucking Daylight and then obviously everyone else. But
Yeah.
if you come second to PVL, you basically win, in my opinion.
How do you beat?
How do you beat it? How do you beat the fucking grandson of God
And the son of Jesus
and the
Christ.
son of Jesus Christ? You can't, basically. Congrats to PVL.
All right. And the P's and D's Facebook group moment of the year. Getting very specific. But in third place, we got the Matty Nabes videos.
Yeah, dude, they were huge. They were fucking awesome. They were a great addition
were
to
so
the year.
Brightened up a dark year for sure.
Yeah.
In second place, we had Chappelli roasting myself.
That was so
Yes.
fucking good, yes.
That was one of my highlights of the
beat
year,
this?
that's for sure.
Yeah, what did beat this?
Number one was Danny Exotic's grand final bender.
Look, that was pretty good.
Fair enough.
That was pretty good.
It was.
To be watching
I'm
a
happy with
real
that.
time. Was
Huh?
something. To be watching a real time. you know,
Real
it was
time
good.
bender, like
I'm happy
he,
with that.
the page was being populated with updates and like that grand final bender lunch he had looked like. I mean, it made me feel sick, but I think I think that's pretty reasonable. I'm
Yeah, I'm
those.
happy with that. I'm happy with that.
All right. Second last award, dribble of the year. Now, there are a lot of good dribbles. In third place, we had Elton Flatley breaking into his own house.
Great dribble.
Yeah.
In second place, we have the live Reese Hodge conversion reaction where
Yep.
he missed
Yeah.
the kick to win the game.
That was fucking awesome.
And the dribble of the year, who I believe called himself the golden shower dribbler of pissing on Dave Reynolds' mum twice.
Oh,
fame.
bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go along with that for sure.
I'll go along with all that.
Yeah.
That sounds just
Piss.
about right.
If you piss on Dave Reynolds' mum
Twice.
twice, and that doesn't get you the gong,
Then, I mean, like, you must have been beaten by something pretty hectic, which he
Yeah.
wasn't, because there was nothing better than that.
Guess maybe a special mention in that to Big Tasty and the Tasty Boys, who,
Big Tasty and
Some say
Tasty
might have
Boys,
been
they
robbed
were a
from
bit
top
more
three.
quantity over quality.
yeah.
You know, theirs was almost a sheer weight of dribbles that got them their own dribble podcast.
well, they did. It was exactly what
That's exactly what it was.
exactly what it was. If he'd left two, he wouldn't have his own podcast.
Mate, no one would know who he is. But shout out to Big Tasty and the Tasty Boys. They certainly need to be mentioned honourably. And also Sleep Dribbler.
Yeah.
He didn't get in there at all, which is surprising.
Well, the last award, dribbler of the year.
I think he gets here.
Yeah, might have spoken too soon. In third place, we have the bloke who got a blowy after watching Holiday.
I love that he's like a celebrity now.
Yeah, but I love that his name is the bloke who got a blowy after watching Holiday. Like there's Sleep Dribbler and fucking whoever else. And it's like the bloke who got a blowy after watching Holiday. We need to acronym that one. But yeah, happy for him. That was a great fucking dribble.
And in second place, we have the sleep dribbler.
There you go, Sleepy D.
And the dribbler of the year this year went to Mr. Danny Exotic.
Yep,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
works. That sounds about right. Congratulations, Danny.
He left a funny video. Did you see his,
yeah,
his
I
acceptance
did.
video?
I did.
Jesus Christ.
Again, that dude is like constantly on Struggle Street.
Oh my God. Terrific.
A
Well
baggy
done.
green member.
Well done to all the winners.
Well done to everyone. Love
Yeah.
that.
And well done to Tom Otten.
Well done to
Yeah.
Tom Otten for going the big lift.
That
there
was
with
that
the,
was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good subject categories.
Yeah, they were good. They were funny. They were specific. They were weird. That's it. First one back, 2021. Huge year en route. Shout out to Kelly Slater. We're still coming for you, bruh. You might be surfing pipe all you want, dog. We coming. Buttermentos soon, baby. Is that it?
I think so.
The dribble outline was fucked over Christmas.
Oh, look, it's important for us to note the number's changed.
Yeah, it's on the
If
Instagram,
you've got it changed in your phone, I mean, if you've got it saved in your phone, you're gonna have to change it.
Yeah,
Why is the number changed? Well,
technical difficulties.
yeah. Look,
That's what it is.
Dave forgot the password.
Yeah. So the number is on our Instagram bio. It's a good one. It's a great number. So anyway, that's it from us, I think. Yeah.
Bye bye.
See you next week.
Could you two just not talk anymore?